Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. My name is Oscar and today we are doing a tier list of every series I have done. Now you may see that I have done a lot of series and there are maybe some series I missed where I only done one video for it. But I try getting every single series here. Oh wait. Oh, I don't have my scrapped series on here. Ooh. Whoops. Let me add that. Alright, there we go. I I decided to use a old picture that I was trying to do for a thumbnail. And okay, there we go. But the picture I used is this. It's broken and it's scrapped, so it's a scrap series, right? Anywho, first things first is Forager. Now, Forager, as I described it, it's like a 2D Minecraft, except modded. I really like this game, except when you do all the quests and stuff, it does like drag on very, very long if you're trying to do like achievements and stuff. So I would say it 100% can drag on a lot, but otherwise the beginning and the middle game is probably the most fun you can have in this game. I'm gonna say it's gonna go B. Atlantis Squarepantis. Oh boy, God, this game. Some people didn't really. Do I not have truth or square on this? Oh my God. God, I'm stupid. Anywho, as I was about to say, Atlantis Squarepantis, it's not good of a game. I didn't like it at all. I played the Wii version. I was told that the PlayStation 2 version probably would have been the best version for me to play, but otherwise I was bored of the gameplay. I was not enjoying it whatsoever. I found it boring, and yeah, I didn't care for it. F tier. I'm on Observation Duty 5. I played this with Help and Leroy. I played both observation duties. It was interesting. It was fun. You know, I don't think much happened besides like some, team kill moments that I appreciate and enjoy. I'm gonna put in C. I'm on Observation Duty 6. Even though the same can be said for Observation Duty 5, I think. Actually, put these in both B tier, because I actually remember a lot of funny moments from these series. And I think this is going to go in C, because that video is sort of dragged on along without many jokes compared to Observation Duty 5. So yeah. Animal Crossing! I think I'm going to make Animal Crossing a monthly series, where there's going to be a video of Animal Crossing every single month of New Horizons. That way I'm able to do seasons, and then you guys are able to check out what I've been doing on the Animal Crossing New Horizons. But yeah, I think Animal Crossing is a fun game. It's a game that doesn't technically have 100% or anything. It's a game where you actually chill, and it's like there's no end to the game. It just keeps going and going and going, and eventually you will experience everything it has, but at the same time, not every day. Every day is a different day in that game. Just like how every day is a different day in real life. And I think it's pretty fun. I'm going to put in A tier. I really enjoyed the GameCube series that we had. But Celty didn't want them published. So, Battle Cats. Of course, I have the thumbnail of Filibuster here. Battle Cats was the start of my channel. The very, very, very first start of my channel. I think it was a really amazing, fun time while it lasted on the channel. I think it sort of brought me up from where I came from, made me do more videos. I think Battle Cats overall is still pretty fun to this day. Sometimes I'll log in, but I don't do videos, even though I was like have the urge to, because I don't think anyone of my fan base on the channel watches Battle Cats anymore. At least on my channel. There's still Battle Cats fans, like a lot of Battle Cats fans. I just don't think there's any left on this channel. So I'll put it in S tier because, of course, it's my first series, my first ever long series that has basically brought this channel up from where it came from. Layers of Fear 2022. Technically, I only did a demo. The video was at the wrong resolution, so the video looked crappy. I think it would be a great game for Spooky Month. And I think it was, the demo was pretty cool. Pretty cool. Otherwise, I'll put it in C. Because I only done one video so far, and that video was not up to par as I want it to be. What Remains of Edith Finch? Apparently, I have a stream archive of What Remains of Edith Finch. I would really like to do a gameplay series of it where I do it off stream and stuff, because I think when I did on stream, it's just, you know, you have that poor Twitch quality back then. This was like back in the early days, like 2019, 2018, something like that. Poor mic quality, poor internet quality and stuff like that. I just think if I did a video of it, it would be better. Otherwise, I really enjoyed the game. The game was fun. I will put it in B. My friend Peppa Pig. So... So you might be wondering, Austin, when did you play this? Oh, I done a series on it, actually. Oh, no, not a series. I did one live stream of it. And my god, it was the worst thing I ever done. I wasted an hour and 30 minutes on it. And it just felt like a fever dream. There was just so much happening. I'm like, oh my god, what the heck is this game? What is going on? And to this day, it still haunts me. Because sometimes when you look at my Xbox profile and look at my achievements, Peppa Pig is still on my achievements list. So one time I had a friend who's looking at my achievements and they're like, what the heck? You play Peppa Pig? And I was like, yeah, it was for a live stream. D tier. Saints Row! Remaster. Remake. F tier. The game was buggy. I thought it was okay. It wasn't the best. I prefer to play the other Saints Rows besides this one. And after 100%, never came back to it again. All the quests in the world just feels bland. It doesn't feel fun to go through and travel. The characters weren't really that intriguing. Your choices. There was a choice in the game, and it doesn't do anything. Why the heck have a choice in the first place? It just, it was a bad game, and of course, this is the game that basically shut down Violation and that created the game, so that lets you know a lot. Battle Cats modded by ItsTumbler. Fun series, fun series. I would say it's just like Battle Cats. I really had fun exploring the custom characters and everything. Sadly, the mod, I think, is broken, and it hasn't been updated in a long time, so there's not really a way to play anymore, but back then when I was playing it, it was very fun, so it goes in A. Inscryption! I don't think many people know about my Inscryption series. I think my Inscryption series is like under 10 views. And that's bad because like every other series I have is at least over 10. At least over like 50 most of the time. So it's so strange that this series is like lost. It's lost in an abyss. I like Inscryption. I think if I had to guess, some of the series audio was like, there were some parts of the series that were a bit bad, because like I would actually have hotkeys that made it stop the video, so there were some moments that were just had to be remade, and there were some things that I just, yeah, it just dragged on in the end game in a way. I enjoy Inscryption, and of course Casey mod. When I played it on PC, I did terrible. But when I'm playing on Xbox on my own time, it actually was fun. I actually enjoyed it and got pretty far into Casey's mod, so I'll put it in B. TSSM Encore, the first ever TSSM mod I ever played. So technically Encore was a mod. It's not going to F tier. Don't worry, Koopa. It's not going to F tier. So this is the first ever mod I ever played. This was made by a dear friend, Koopa Eliminator. And I would have to say, this is a pretty good mod. It's basically like Second Strike, except TSSM. All the enemies are your endgame enemies, so they have more health, and yeah, they're hard to kill. Bosses were faster, which I actually prefer. It sort of, when I was playing, it didn't increase difficulty for me. It sort of was just a quality of life, because sometimes the bosses would drag on, and I just like the faster bosses overall, to be honest. It was fun. I'll put it in S tier. Cosmic Shake, the successor to BFBB. Honestly, Cosmic Shake, I have, I think, 1 or 2 stream archives, and I never streamed again because Twitch had, like, delayed audio for some reason. And it made me stop streaming on Twitch because of that for a long, long time. Because I hated delayed audio, and it just ruined the series for me. The game itself is pretty fun. It's not as great as BFBB, because when you think of BFBB, I think of it as a open world exploring type of platformer, while the Cosmic Shake is more of a story driven platformer. It's just, there are collectibles, but it's not really a place where you can actually explore on your own like in BFBB. You actually are being forced to go down a straight path through story. Yes, there are some side things you can check out, but it's mainly you are forced to go from point A to point B instead of going to, like, point A to C to B. You know, you can't do it in any order. You have to do it straight in a single order. I'll put in B. Is this... Okay, yeah, this is BFBB Beta, the first version I ever played. So I think this was a pretty good... It's actually one of the most popular series for BFBB. I think Second Strike is second place. But otherwise, yeah, it's pretty good. I really had fun with it, to be honest. It was pretty fun. It was definitely an interesting experience, and yeah. That's how I met TLL, was just because he he wanted me to play his mod, and I was like, sure, I'll check it out. Scooby Doo, 9 of 100 Frights. Now, if you remember this was a live stream series on YouTube. It's not a video series, a live stream series. And I actually 100%ed this game. Never before have I 100%ed it before. And honestly, I think it's a pretty good game. It was a very, very good game. It was pretty fun. I enjoyed it a lot. There were some parts where I got confused on where Scooby Snacks were for the 100%, but otherwise, it was pretty fun. I like the costumes and all that type of stuff. BFBBMix, of course, a really good remake of BFBB. It's basically a sequel to BFBB. It's going to S tier. It's pretty good. Pretty fun. If you like custom stages, it's very good. House of Horror, Viscera cleanup detail. This was a pretty fun game. I don't think it was very popular on YouTube. Understandable. These type of cleanup games, you know, sort of like PowerWash Simulator, except more gory and stuff like that. I think there was a game called Crime... What was it called? Crime Cleaner Sim... I think it was called Crime Cleaner Simulator? Even though it sounds strange, it was actually like this game, Viscera Cleanup Detail. It had humor, it was pretty fun, it had a really good story and stuff. It wasn't like as if it was trying to be like, you know, gritty or very dark or very, you know, controversial. It was actually pretty fun. It was very cool. I enjoyed it. For this DLC, it was pretty spooky in some places, and I do like the Easter eggs. I'll leave it in B. Scooby Doo Mystery Mayhem. Oh boy. Honestly, Scooby Doo Mystery Mayhem, it's going to C. It always was a favorite Scooby Doo game in my childhood, but replaying it on YouTube, it made me realize that there are better Scooby Doo games. Honestly, Mystery Mayhem, it's not bad. It's not like it's the worst Scooby Doo game, but it's not the best. I honestly enjoyed it when I was young, but replaying it again, it just felt, didn't feel the best. Boo-kini bottom. It's going in S tier. I feel like I'm putting every mod in the S tier. Well, guess what? It's pretty fun. Pretty fun. It was amazing. Now, technically, you may think of Winter Wonderland as a pretty awesome seasonal mod. Well, basically, Halloween mod, or Boo-kini bottom, was inspired by Winter Wonderland mod, aka created by Koopa Limiter, my dear friend. Basically, this mod was a huge upgrade from Winter Wonderland. No offense to Koopa, but this mod actually put a lot of detail and more things, decorations and everything to make it actually feel like it was the season. While Koopa's mod, Winter Wonderland, actually did a really good job with the soundtrack and everything. Me and him do agree that Boo-kini bottom actually did a really good job with everything. Nevermind. I actually enjoyed this game, and the interesting thing is I found this game on sale. It was like only for $5 one time, and I never played it before. I'd never seen a YouTuber play it. I'd never seen anyone play it. It was just a game where I basically looked at it and I was like, I'll take a shot at it. Like, I read the description and I'll say, hey, yeah, I'll take a shot at it. This is like one of the first games where I took a blind nosedive into it. It's a game that probably nobody's ever heard of, and I actually enjoyed it. It's a psychological game, and you go through these different simulations of your clients, and you have to help them piece the trauma together and help them remember, because their brain basically blocked the traumatic thoughts away, but the clients want to remember and stuff. It's very hard to explain, but I absolutely enjoyed it, to be honest. I think it'll stay in B tier, though. Luigi's Mansion! I gotta say, Luigi's Mansion's gotta go into A tier. Luigi's Mansion was so fun, and especially playing with Help and Leroy, or Celty and Leroy. Technically, Celty has changed her name from Help, so some videos will say Help, while some videos will say Celty. They're the same person, so not to be confused or anything, but honestly, very fun. I think playing with friends in these videos does add to the fun factor for me. They also make the video more entertaining and actually make it more fun to play through, because you're actually talking and you can actually get like bits, or you can make jokes and stuff. It's like more entertaining in my opinion. And honestly, I really loved Luigi's Mansion. Very fun game. BFBB Winter Wonderland. Honestly, I'm gonna put in A. No offense to Koopa, but if we're gonna put this mod on the same, well, I don't like rating mods because the community is so good at making mods. They really are, and I just feel like if I put a mod in, like, let's say, C tier, somebody will be like, you didn't like my mod? I'm like, no, I absolutely enjoy every mod I play. I absolutely do, I do. It's just, Winter Wonderland. You know what? Same thing with, Winter Wonderland and Beta Mod. They're mostly, like, cosmetic. It's more like decoration and stuff. Not saying they're bad. They're not bad at all. I really absolutely enjoyed the soundtrack. I enjoyed the decorations they had and attention to detail in their whole things. But it's not like the most gameplay changing. It's just more visual changes. Lego Star Wars, the first game. I'm gonna put this in C. I think the first game was more frustrating than the second game, and honestly, I think I enjoyed the second game way more than the first one. Revisited. So Revisited, basically same thing. This is for Winter Wonderland, by the way, for Revisited. Basically the same thing as Winter Wonderland. Koopa did make a few changes here and there. And I don't remember... No, he added the change of keeping the Sandman persisting afterwards, because I always thought it was a feature in Rehydrated. Even Gravity, the creator of BFBB Deluxe, well, soon to be creator of BFBB Deluxe because it hasn't came out yet, even thought that too when making a video, and then all of a sudden he went back to record a video and he's like, oh wait, it doesn't exist. So I'm not the only person. Annoy Squidward. Pretty good hit and run mod. It didn't last as long as I wanted it to, and I don't think it's gonna actually get any more updates. So I am gonna put this in B. It was a pretty fun mod. It was pretty cool and everything. I would love to see more of the mod though. TSSM backwards mod. Honestly, this mod was pretty difficult. It was not as I was expecting. I thought it was going to be, like, you know, just a backwards mod where you have to play from backwards and stuff. But it actually was a weird experience. It actually made you, like, made things different and made the early games that were easy harder and stuff. I gotta put this in... I'll put it in A tier. It was pretty good. It was pretty tough. And it did somewhat get a little bit confusing, but overall, pretty fun. Buckshot Roulette. I gotta put this in C. It was a one and done thing. It was a fun game while it lasted, but it's not gonna last forever. It was a one and done thing. And I think it was pretty good. Of course, I haven't played it ever since, so that's why it's going to C tier. BFBB Second Strike. It's going in an S tier. Why? Because this is the series that's probably is the most popular, well, second most popular besides Beta Mod. They might be tied, maybe, but Second Strike is probably one of my most famous series that people know me for. Especially this thumbnail is from that episode where I did Industrial Park, and a lot of people will know my reactions to Industrial Park. Industrial Park and Second Strike was the most frustrating thing ever. Especially Lighthouse. I remember so many frustrating moments from that mod, and I never wish to do it again. But why is it an S tier, you may ask? Well, because honestly, I really loved the extra stages and the extra content that they added. Yes, it was a very, very hard game mod, but it still added a lot of things, like a pre-phase before you fight the bosses, where you have to, like, press these buttons and stuff, which was pretty cool. And then the boss fights also got harder. Like, they had robots, but there was also extra environments stuff. There was secret levels you can access. And yeah, it was pretty fun. I would say it's pretty... I would never, like, play it again casually, but I would say it's a pretty good mod. I loved it. Nightmare Before Christmas, Oogie's Revenge. Ooh. It's gotta go in B. I never 100%ed the game, and S rank on all the missions, I think I only had one S rank and a couple A ranks, and that's it. The game really penalizes you on ranks when it comes to, like, timing and stuff, but otherwise I had really a lot of fun with it. And I even beat a boss that I haven't been able to beat for a long, long time on my original PlayStation 2 when I played it when I was young. I honestly enjoyed the game. If you don't know, I actually got this game from Goodwill. And this might have been one of my first PlayStation 2 games, actually, that I actually owned. My first PlayStation 2 game was probably either Resident Evil or GTA San Andreas, which probably isn't the best first games, but my first game was BFBB overall, So, yeah. Pikmin. Honestly, I was expecting Pikmin to not be a fun experience because of the whole time mechanic, but it was also very fun. I was not expecting to have so much fun as I did with it, except for the final boss. The final boss was very, very tough and just annoying overall, but I think it was pretty good. I'll put an A. I honestly would like to see the next I would play the next sequel and stuff, and I bet I would actually have fun with this whole series, so might have to check it out. Anywho, Community Cut. Community Cut is a quality life mod. It adds like a bunch of quality lives to TSSM. It doesn't really change anything in gameplay wise. It just adds a lot of course, quality of life. Not really major changes. I'm gonna put in B because it adds a lot of quality of life, which it actually, you might think, oh, it doesn't add any content, so why is it going in B tier? Shouldn't it go in D? No, because those quality of life changes are actually very, very important and good, because it actually makes the game way smoother in like gameplay wise, and it actually makes it way more enjoyable. Very OddParents, breaking the rules. I'm gonna put in C. When I played this game when I was younger, I hated the game. When I played it on YouTube, it wasn't as bad as I remembered, but I still prefer its sequel, Shadow Showdown, which I haven't played on a series. On YouTube, might do it later on in the future. But honestly, yeah, I didn't really care for breaking the rules. It wasn't really that enjoyable experience. Sly Cooper, the first game. I gotta say, this was pretty fun. Some of the bosses were pretty difficult because I didn't know what I was doing, but otherwise, yeah, they were pretty fun. It was pretty challenging in some parts, but I think it was pretty good. I'm gonna put in A. Wait, what did I call this series? I think it was like Us Wonderfully Weird World? No, Us Wonderfully Odd World, I think it was called. Or is it Us Oddly Wonderful World? It was one of those terms. I don't remember what it was, but honestly, this was like a vanilla Minecraft world with RTX halfway in the series. I had pretty fun with it. I built a house, of course, as you noticed, like the house was right here. And with each thumbnail, I basically would have the same area right here. Like I would be on a hill, like right across from my house where the village was. And basically every thumbnail would, it updates the house in the village. So you would actually see a difference between every thumbnail. I actually enjoyed the Minecraft series, and I enjoyed building the house and stuff, but didn't become popular, and yeah, I also enjoy Minecraft, but I think a lot of people would actually prefer to see modded, so I'll put in B tier. Black Ops 6. I'm gonna put this in D. Honestly, Black Ops 6, I sort of enjoyed playing the beta. It wasn't like I absolutely was... I sort of enjoyed BO6 when it first, came out and stuff. Like with zombies, I absolutely enjoyed. But otherwise, I haven't came back to Black Ops 6. I thought I would stay longer for the zombies and stuff, but it sort of just, became that thing where it's like, I don't really care for it that much anymore. And now the gameplay and stuff I've been hearing has been terrible. Activision's been doing terrible, and it's just, yeah, D tier. I can't believe it's not gambling. Very fun game, very simple concept. Basically, it's just opening boxes and stuff. But I absolutely enjoyed it, trying 100%. 100% was pretty long though, but yeah, I enjoyed it. Star Wars, the original trilogy. I gotta put this in A. That's a pretty fun series. It was very fun. I absolutely enjoyed doing the side missions, the 100% and everything. The no deaths achievements were pretty hard because the NPCs counted as well, so if they fell off, that would just ruin my no death achievement. But otherwise, everything was pretty fun. I did 100% it. And one of my most popular videos, actually, it might be like in the top 20, is actually a video from this where I destroyed Lego City. And that was pretty fun. You might be wondering, what the heck is this thumbnail? Where was this from? Well, this is the Team Kill Archives. I said all series. It didn't have to be a series that it's available to everyone. So this series is basically where it's private sessions with me and Team Kill members. So Ritsu, Leroy, Celty, Cheers, Cat, Revo, all those members. So basically these are videos that are not public. They're only private. So basically I will consider this, I'll have to put in S. I absolutely enjoy the moments we had. And the reason why I did this series is because there was like so many good moments that we had, and Celty brought up the idea, I believe, to actually record our sessions so we can just one day come back to our sessions and enjoy it again. And I absolutely love the idea, so I just have a whole bunch of videos on there, and just coming back to the videos always makes me smile and stuff. And they can be funny and everything, so it's gotta go in this tier. BFBB, first person. First person mod. This was created by Gravity as well. I gotta say this mod was pretty good. It was pretty good. It was pretty challenging. It's not as you would expect from a first person mod because it's just basically changing the POV. Well, it's still hard, and also the conveyor belts did make the level glitchy. I'll put this in A. It was fun, but in some parts it did become frustrating and a bit glitchy because of the POV, so yeah. PowerWash Simulator. At least the SpongeBob DLC. I enjoyed it. It was pretty fun. I don't remember much of the SpongeBob DLC, to be honest, but I do really like PowerWash Simulator, so I'll put in... I'll put in B. The Closing Shift. Now, technically, I don't have every Halloween series in here, I don't think, and the Closing Shift was technically a one-off video, because it's just a whole series into one video. I absolutely enjoyed the Closing Shift. You're basically a barista working at a coffee shop, and it reminded me so much of McDonald's, like, working. I actually made this for my 10th anniversary at McDonald's, if you didn't know that. And when I was working at when I was playing this game, it actually made me reflect on McDonald's. I even talked about McDonald's in the story and stuff. It was a pretty creepy game. It was pretty good. I like the mechanics and stuff. So I'll put it in A. BFBB Sock Collector Extreme. Honestly, this game was pretty fun. I'll put it in S. The reason for that is because this game has so many socks. It makes you go to new areas and stuff that you have to actually collect socks. You have to check every corner just for a sock. And then spatulas have been replaced with socks. Except there are some things that actually give you spatulas that give you only socks, not actual spatulas. So there wasn't as many spatulas as you would be used to in the game. There were just many socks, and then there was 1,000 socks. I collected them all. It was pretty fun. And then there was even a debug area that I went to get another 1,000 socks. And yeah, it was honestly very fun. Eternal Darkness. Honestly, Eternal Darkness, I had fun with it. Boss fights and everything was pretty cool. The whole sanity effects was very interesting. Of course, they become less scary when you actually get used to the game. I would have to say maybe B tier. I don't know if I would ever replay it again, though, with the other, crystals and stuff. I think it would just be the same gameplay, so I'm just going to keep it in B tier. You might be thinking, Austin, isn't this, 4 mini-levels into one? Where's the other mini-levels? Well, I'm going to consider all these mini-levels to be into one whole video series. But if you guys want me to rate every BFBB mod I've played, please, we can get this video to maybe 100 likes, 50 likes. Maybe 100 is too much. We'll do 50 likes. If we can get to 50 likes, I will do a ranking of every level mod I have ever played. And every BFBB mod I ever played. Like every heavy iron modding mod I have played. Anywho, basically, all the level mods, if I have to rate them together, they're all very good. One of the most memorable mods was when I was doing a live stream of them. And I was doing Strawberry Lake, which was made by Zeppy. And I remember one time, I think it was like a week after the live stream, she would come into the... she came into the live stream and she's like... was watching a part because I was actually... if I was actually as tough as Second Strike in some places. And it's ironic because Seppi is actually real-life friends with Aaron, the creator of Second Strike, so it just makes things like, oh, you guys think the same way. Otherwise, yeah, it was very funny. She's pretty nice, at least, from what I've seen. And I think she's working on more mods, and I can't wait because the mods I played are pretty good. They were pretty well made, and they even have custom characters and models and stuff like that I've never seen in like any other mods usually. So yeah. This is from my story. You know, the man. Is it the man within the shadows or the man on fire? I have two stories. I only published my college one. And I do have like a high school one that I made a long time ago, but I don't know where the copy is, so I'm just gonna say... I think this is gonna be Spooky Month for overall. I think Spooky Month is a really fun month. You know, it's just having 31 days of horror/spooky games for everyone to watch. It's a pretty good time. It's pretty fun. I think a lot of people enjoy it. Just having like 31 days of content. And it's like a special month. It's pretty good. Pretty good. Lollipop Chainsaw. I enjoyed Lollipop Chainsaw. But of course, when I was playing on emulator, there wasn't any achievements. Challenges weren't able to track because of the achievements. So 100% was sort of impossible on the emulator. And also, there were some graphical issues with the emulator because of higher resolutions. But otherwise, the game itself was pretty fun. I absolutely enjoyed it. I think if I were to play it again, I'd probably play on my Xbox 360. Just to get that achievements and everything for 100%. The Patrick Star game. The Patrick Star game, I would have to say it goes in B tier. It was a fun game, but there was one game-breaking glitch that I experienced in part 2 that made it last like way too long. And apparently from the comments on that video, some people has experienced that too, and there was even some people who actually still experience it to this day, so it sucks that the glitch still exists. Because technically it's a very simple fix you can do, but they never done it. And also the game, you know, it's like Goat Simulator, except it's Patrick. It's SpongeBob world. Not bad. But, honestly, not the best either. So it's going to be Borderlands 2. I absolutely enjoyed Borderlands 2 when I was playing it. But it wasn't really that popular among the channel. And I think it was because of it being a very long game. And it's a series that is just very long that can last, like, for a very long time. And probably in the hundreds of parts or something. But, yeah, I'm going to put an A. It's a very long series. I would keep doing it, but with the recent terms of service controversy and everything, you might not see this series for a while. Oh, Patty Pursuit. Patty Pursuit was a Apple Arcade exclusive, and I did a whole series on it. And I actually had a lot of fun on it, and I think it was pretty good on YouTube in popularity. I honestly have fun with it. I'm going to put it in S. Silent Hill. Now, I think this is a remaster thumbnail, but I actually did the original thumbnail. Silent Hill 2. This is Silent Hill 2, not Silent Hill, the first one. Silent Hill 2 was a pretty fun game. It was pretty, spooky, I would say. It was like the first time I ever got scared in a horror game where I was like, oh god, I don't want to do this. I don't want to check around the corner and stuff. Like, it was pretty spooky and everything. So I'll have to say it goes into A tier. Creature from the Krusty Krab. What a interesting game. It's such a weird experience playing the game. But honestly, I enjoyed most of the part. I didn't really like SpongeBob's... Well, there was one part I didn't really like. I think it might have been either Patrick. Was it Patrick's stage that I didn't like? It was either Patrick or Plankton. It was one of those two I didn't really care for. Otherwise, I think this game was pretty good. Very fun. It was a very weird experience, but yeah, not bad. I'll put it in B. Marvel Rivals. I only did one video on this series, and it was a Winter Wonderland. I mean, it was a winter event, and I absolutely loved the jingle of the winter event. Honestly, it was a pretty calming time, except me getting huge ping for some reason. It was a weird experience, but otherwise, I think that... I haven't played Marvel Rivals in a while, so technically considering Marvel Rivals as a series, even though there's only one video in it, is sort of stupid, so I'm going to put it in D. Even though I have fun with it, it's not really a series, so yeah, D. BFBB Multiplayer. Winter Wonderland Multiplayer. It's going to NS tier. It's one of the best. One of the best series I ever done with TLL and Koopa. It's so funny. It's so fun. It's so game-breaking, and that's why it's so amazing. And there's, like... this isn't even official, like, mod. Like, me and TLL, we just put the multiplayer mod in with the Winter Wonderland. And that's why we call it Frankenstein mod, because it's not officially, like, compatible. We just put two mods together, and we're just like, here you go! It was a fun time, but very buggy, very messy, but very fun. April Fool's slash, I guess, milestones, you could say. Honestly, the last April Fool's video actually fooled some people, and I think it's one of my well-made April Fools. If you haven't seen my 25 April Fool's video, you should check it out. It's a pretty good video. I will say it goes in A tier. I really like it. It was one of my most well-made videos, to be honest. BFBB Beta Mod. This is the recent version, which actually made a lot of changes. I'm gonna put an S, because even though a lot of people say they don't like this version because there's a huge controversy, because people think that this version is so accurate to the beta mod that they think TLL just stole the beta of BFBB and just republished it as a mod. Published it as his own mod, which is not the case. It is actually a mod itself. It is not the actual beta and everything. It is so accurate that a lot of people think that, and even though it's slower paced compared to its last version, I think its accuracy actually makes it worthwhile for it being a beta mod. Let's see what else we got. Amori! Oh, Amori. I absolutely loved Amori. I think it's gonna go in A tier. I haven't finished Amori, but from the last time we played, I honestly enjoyed the part where we were actually awake. Like, we were in the real world. Like, I was actually enjoying the story of everything. Like, what was happening as our characters that were in the real life world instead of the dream world where you do, like, most of RPG stuff and everything. I think it was a fun game. I would love to play it again, but we'll have to see. Lights, Camera, Pants. Oh, God. Lights, Camera, Pants. I'll put an A. Some of the games in that game is frustrating and can be very, 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 very difficult. Like, for 100%, but I think it was pretty fun. It was a bit buggy, but yeah, pretty fun. BFBB Deluxe demo. Honestly, I am very excited for BFBB Deluxe whenever it comes out. It has been a long time, and I hope it comes out soon, because I would love to do a series on it, but we'll have to wait for it to actually come out. Anywho. But yeah, if you don't know what BFBB Deluxe is, it basically adds 100 more spatulas into the game, and adds more stages and stuff like that, so can't wait for that to come out. GTA San Andreas. I will have to say GTA San Andreas is probably one of my most favorite GTAs of all time. And I gotta say, it's a pretty fun game. Pretty good. I am playing on the old version, not the definitive edition, so that's also a plus. I think it is a good game. Why am I putting it in A tier? It's just because it is a very mature game, like very mature on the mature side of things, where most of my audience probably won't see it, so I'll put it in A tier. Kim Possible, what's the switch? I'll put it in B tier. It's a fun game. I enjoyed it, but 100%ing is so tedious. It's so bad. If you collect 149 tokens, like I usually do, you'll be like, oh, there's just one more token I have to collect. Well, the thing is, in this game, you have to collect all you have to collect all the tokens again in order to get the 100%. If you don't get all tokens again, and say you're one off, you have to go and restart the level again. I just hate that, and it ruins the game for me a bit. Blotro. Blotro is a very fun indie game. Absolutely amazing. I enjoy it a lot. I'm going to put it in A tier. I did a modded, which is a cryptid mod, and it makes it, like, adds a lot of stuff to it, where it's, like, it's mainly unbalanced and stuff, but it's very fun. Like, the modding of Blotro is very fun. The thing is, with modding, you have to download, like, external third-party softwares. Like, they're community-made softwares, but it sometimes can trigger, like, your antiviruses, and sometimes it gives people scares, and it sort of drives away people from modding. So it's a bit of a coin flip if it'll actually be enjoyable, or if it will drive people away. Anywho. Movie mashup. Absolutely love movie mashup. Basically the same thing of, like, BFBBMix. Movie mashup is basically a sequel to TSSM. And honestly, iPie did a really good job. The environments and everything was so good. Like, the colors. And of course, this level right here, where it was like you were in, like, some time vortex or something. Everything was, like, grayed out, except for the, like, some platforms and environments was so cool. I absolutely enjoyed it. Task Wanted. I'll put in C. Task Wanted, you know, wasn't really that enjoyable in most part, but it wasn't too bad. And honestly, I was not expecting why myself as a kid enjoyed it, but it wasn't too bad. I actually enjoyed some of the gameplay, but yeah. Burnout Free. Burnout Free, the game that I never ever heard of nor played, because it's a racing game. I don't like racing games, but this game I absolutely loved. TL suggested this series, and it was a very fun series. I 100%ed it. And even on the hardest level of the game, I actually got first place in every lap, and technically got, like, the best placement you could ever have. And that's pretty amazing. So technically we have many randomizers in the whole series, but I'll just consider this as all randomizers. I'll put it in A tier. I think randomizers was pretty fun. Even on, you know, live stream with you guys, it was pretty fun to play and stuff. It did, like, make the game way harder in some areas, but it was pretty fun. The reason why it's going in A and not S is because it's just, you know, I've done so many that it just feels like they were doing the same thing over and over again, so it could be repetitive for some people. Looney Tunes back into action. Oh god. I'll put in C as well. I didn't really enjoy it that much, in a way. There was some parts I enjoyed, but gameplay and the store, well, mainly gameplay was a bit weird to play with and stuff. I didn't really enjoy it that much. I mean, 100% was pretty good, actually, but yeah. I enjoyed Kim Possible way more. Epic Mickey! Now, technically, this thumbnail is actually of the thinner path, but I do have a paint path as well. But they're both together. I think Epic Mickey is a pretty good game. Of course, it's got a remaster, which was, rebrushed. Pretty good game. Honestly, I would love to see more with the achievements in Rebrushed, like an actual 100%, like collecting all the pins, or seeing more variety in the achievements. It's just more of, just complete the game casually in both paths and you get the achievements, which doesn't really help 100%ers or completionists in achievements, so yeah. Stunt Track Racing. I think Stunt Track Racing is gonna go in B. Pretty good game. I would think it is probably one of the more interesting titles I never played before. It was pretty fun. There were some stages and stuff that was pretty difficult, but it wasn't as bad. Like, some of the car controls were a bit iffy when compared to Burnout 3. That was pretty, like, you know, very good and reliable on car controls, but of course it wasn't really that really reliable, you could say. Alright, sorry, I just had to have a drink. Piglet's Big Game. Oh boy, this game is going into A tier, but the thing is, of course, during Spooky Month I played this game and it didn't really get much views, you know. It's just like somewhat, like, average, I guess. But the thing is, with this game, after, like, a few weeks after I did the series, all of a sudden it became popular. Like, very, very popular. Like, all over YouTube. People were talking about its eeriness, and it just suddenly became a popular game. And then it's like my series is just here, and it's like, oh, should I just have waited to do this series, or Black Ops 3 Zombies, technically there's only one video I ever done. Only one video I ever done of Black Ops 3 Zombies, but honestly I think there's way more potential for Black Ops 3 Zombies for Halloween and stuff, and the mods are really well made and everything. It's so fun. I think I'm just gonna go in this tier. Lots of opportunity for it and everything. Fears to Fathom. Now, the thumbnail shows it's only the first game, but it's actually all the games. And I got put in S tier. Very, very fun experience, especially when I was playing with friends. Like, Ritsu, Celty, Leroy were in the videos. And there was also Deja, but, Deja left the Team Kill server a long time ago. We don't talk about it, but yeah. Otherwise, yeah, I think the Fears of Fathom series was pretty fun with my friends. Except episode 5, where I was by myself because Celty and Leroy were busy, so I had to do it myself. And honestly, it was a very scary experience for me. Like, I was very tense. But there was a fishing section in the game, and I actually enjoyed it. It was very calming and was pretty fun. Otherwise, yeah, I really enjoyed the series overall. There was even, like, episode 2 was my favorite of the series. Because it was so funny. Supermarket Simulator. Honestly, I haven't done much videos on this game, but I play it on my own time, and I have a lot of fun with it. I think it's gonna go in A tier. I absolutely enjoy the game. It's very fun. The reason why I don't do much of series of it is because it's not really like popular, where it's like a demand of people watch it. But I honestly, if people really want to see more of it, I would do series on it. But I think a lot of people would actually love to see more other series than this one. DC football, going F tier. I hated the game, and I'm terrible at football. I don't know anything about football. Everyone on my comments of that video, one video of DC football roasted me so badly. Luigi's Mansion, Hidden Mansion. Hidden Mansion was pretty difficult, especially with retro achievements, but it was pretty fun. It was definitely a way different experience compared to the original game. I will put an A tier, because I think it's the same thing as original. Even though my friends didn't join me for this one, it was still a pretty fun experience. Spatula Collector! Oh boy. Spatula Collector is going to S tier. It was a very, very fun time. I absolutely love Spatula Collector. I would replay Spatula Collector on my own time, just for a casual playthrough, because I honestly absolutely love this series. It was a fun game mod, even though I experienced a game-breaking glitch, which might have been because of one of my copies or something. But we were able to fix it, and I got to experience the whole game, and it was absolutely fun. Even you guys enjoyed the series, so I absolutely enjoyed it. It was very creative, too. Even the limitations of the game, Aaron, who is the creator of Second Strike, made this mod, and it actually was pretty fun. A way more enjoyable experience than Second Strike. Even though this shows Mario Party 4, this is a collab between TLL and Koopa. Now, if you don't know, me and TLL and Koopa actually have a lot of collabs together. We done Lights, Camera, Pants. We done Mario Party 4. We done Jackbox TV and stuff like that. Honestly, it's been a very fun experience, and I absolutely enjoyed our sessions because they're pretty fun, especially our sessions of Winter Wonderland Multiplayer. Very fun, very fun. I would love to do a game where we all can play in a like 4-player game, let's say like a story-driven game, like maybe Shrek 2 or something. I think that would be fun. Anywho, TSSM. Huh? Wait, what? Why do I have TSSM? Oh, retro achievements. Yes. Okay. I haven't finished the series for retro achievements. So far, I'm going to tell you this. It's going to be way harder than BFBB's retro achievements. I'm going to put in B. I honestly prefer BFBB overall when it comes to gameplay and stuff. Not saying TSSM is bad or anything, but retro achievements can be very difficult, and it just was very frustrating compared to BFBB's. Kirby Air Ride. I gotta say, it's a pretty fun game. I don't know if it's gonna last very long on the channel because it's just a very, very long game for 100%. Simpsons Hit and Run. Honestly, gotta put this in. Do I want to SRA? I'll put in B A. Yeah, it's a very fun game. Pretty good. The modding of this game is pretty good as well. I think the whole game itself was pretty fun. I would say Mission 4, Level 4 was probably the hardest level for me. Well, Level 7, which is considered the hardest level in the game, was actually not too bad. There are like some driving mechanics and stuff like that that do frustrate me over a bit. But otherwise, it's a pretty good game. Very fun and very enjoyable. Battle Cats Unite. I only have one video, and it's just a camera view of my Switch. Like, it was just me recording with my iPhone of the Switch. I could do a video series of it where I use my game capture card, but back then, pretty bad video, but not bad overall, I guess. Amanda the Adventurer 2. I think this game was pretty good. Pretty good, pretty fun. I honestly enjoyed it. It shocked me a lot when I was playing it. Some of the puzzles are a bit confusing, but it honestly was enjoyable. BFBB Retro Achievements. I think this game is amazing. As you all know, it's my childhood game. It's the first game I ever played. It's absolutely amazing. And I actually had fun with the retro achievements, and it was somewhat challenging, but it wasn't challenging where I was like frustrated and everything, and I absolutely enjoyed it. Metaverse. Metaverse is our repaint, I guess it's a reskin of a game, but it's sorta more than that. Like, it actually adds it adds to the cutscenes and stuff like that. I think it was pretty good. I love the soundtrack of it. It's quite nice here. Mario Kart World. I have to put this in... I'm gonna put it in C. Mario Kart World is not bad Mario Kart, but it's definitely a disappointing Mario Kart when compared to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe with the Star Pack. Because if you compare them both, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe with the Star Pack, when you got it back then, was probably a total of $80. While this Mario Kart World game is $80. So if you compare them together, I honestly prefer Mario Kart 8 Deluxe with the Starter Pack over Mario Kart World, because the open world is pretty boring. Yes, there are P-switches, there are medallions you can collect, and there are like question mark panels you can press on, but why? For what? Just for stickers? It doesn't really feel rewarding. Like, the stickers, they're just stickers. They don't really reward you with anything else. It's pretty boring. If they added like a campaign, or like with the characters' costumes and skins, it's not really rewarding either, because it's just based on RNG. If they actually made those like open world unlockables, like through a campaign or something, I think that would be way better. And them saying that they're not gonna do collaborative characters, like characters from previous Mario Kart where there was like Link, there was Inklings and stuff, because they think Mario characters are the only thing they want, is stupid. You had a good roster from Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. You could just imported that, but instead you create creatures that nobody really cares for. It's just stupid. Super Paper Mario. Wait, do I have TTYD on here? I don't, do I? I got get TTYD on here. God dang it. Okay, I got TTYD now. So let's rate this game first. Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door is an absolutely amazing RPG. Very amazing RPG. I think it's bad that it's so amazing because it made future installments way worse. Like, even though like Super Paper Mario, for example, is a really good game, a lot of people compare it to TTYD, and since it's a different gameplay style, everyone hates Super Paper Mario, even though it's not a bad game. I gotta say, Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door is really good, so it's gonna go in S tier. And Super Paper Mario is gonna go into A tier, because it has a really, really good story compared to TTYD, but in comparison to gameplay, TTYD or Thousand Year Door does beat it in gameplay wise. So, yeah. Monster House. I'm gonna put this in B. Monster House isn't too bad. It's like sort of like a kids-friendly version of Resident Evil. And there was one part that I got stuck on, which was stupid, because the checkpoint system in this game is very unforgiving. Like, you could spend like 30 minutes in the game, and if you got like taken out once, it like restarts you back at the beginning. So you have to do it all over again, and it just, sucked. Sucked. Life is Strange. Double exposure. I'm gonna put in D. Listen, I love the Life is Strange series, and double exposure has some good aspects to it, but otherwise, it's a disappointment. There are so many disappointing things about the game, like its story and stuff. Like, if you compare it to Life is Strange 1, Life is Strange 1 is 100 times better than, like, double exposure. Like, I like the adult version of Max. Like, she seems pretty cool and mature. I like some of the characters in the game, but otherwise, it's just, I didn't really care for it that much compared to the other series. SpongeBob SquarePants, Revenge of the Flying Dutchman. Now, here's the thing. This actually brought down a video game studio. We all know that because apparently it's like the worst SpongeBob game ever when it first came out. It was the worst licensed game ever when it first came out. And, you know, I put in Saints Row in F tier because of that. But here's the thing. I actually enjoyed Revenge of the Flying Dutchman. I was playing it on stream, and it wasn't too bad. Yes, some of the gameplay choices and stuff was a bit weird and not that good. It's not like BFBB or TSSM territory where it's like S tier and stuff, but it wasn't too bad. I absolutely liked it, to be honest. It was a pretty fun game. Well, at least not fun, but maybe it was funny. Oh, I'll flip those around. I think it is B tier. But yeah. Earthbound! I want to put Earthbound in... I'm gonna put in maybe A. The reason why I put in A is because of it's just a fun game, but you can get easily lost in the whole open world of it. Like the characters and the everything doesn't really tell you where to go and stuff. Like there's no hints on where you have to go, so you can get easily lost in where you're trying to go. But I think it's a very fun game. The soundtrack is pretty good. There's even soundtracks that, like, when I was first playing the game, I heard a song, and it's like, wait a second, I know this song from a meme. I know this song from something. It's like I never noted how popular these songs were, that they are actually in popular media today. It's a good game. I haven't finished it yet, but so far I've been enjoying it, so it goes in the A tier. Scrapped videos. Of course, I can't really put scrapped videos in S tier because they're scrapped for a reason. I'm gonna put in C tier because scrapped videos, they're scrapped for a reason. And sometimes it sucks that I have to scrap the videos, but I do leave them uploaded instead of deleting them so people can be like, oh, I want to see why this video was scrapped or something, you know? Just let people have the option to check out a scrap video if they want to. So, not bad, but not the best. True for Square. I think True for Square is going to go in A tier. Well, maybe. Do I want it to be S tier? Nah. There is some gameplay that I didn't really care for. Like, there are some stages I didn't really like and stuff. Like, the PSP version apparently has really good stuff with it. Has, like, really good stages. Like, more stages and stuff. I think it's not a bad game. It's not the best. But it's pretty close, I would say. It's not, like, the worst game ever. I really enjoyed playing it. It was fun. And, yeah. Absolutely. Liked playing on stream. A lot of people liked watching me play on stream. There were some glitches I experienced, which was pretty funny, but yeah. Well, that is my tier list. Let me actually zoom this out here. So this is my tier list of all the series I have done on the channel. Do you agree or disagree with my tier list of every series I have done? If you agree or disagree, please let me know down in the comments below. If you see a series that I actually missed, or if there's something you want to see on the tier list that might have been missed, please let me know down in the comments below as well. Well, thank you everyone for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please consider liking and subscribing to the channel. My name's Oscar, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye, everybody! So apparently we're not done with the tier list, because apparently I forgot a few items. That's right, we forgot, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 5 entries that I've done. And our first entry is random videos. Now this is a playlist that you can find on the channel. I have done random videos, like a video of Mumford chewing on a bone with loyalty-free music from YouTube Studios side of things back then. I have a random video of me finding a glitch on Destiny 1, the old game, you know, that live service game. It was recorded on my phone, so it's not that good anymore. Then I got some, like, Black Ops free news things, even though I wasn't really good at it. I will say it probably will go into C tier, because I think as much as it wasn't too bad, I don't think it was the best, but anyhow, I think it'll go into C tier. Next, we have the Christmas playlist, which technically I include BFBB Winter Wonderland because I have played those during Christmas time. I think a lot of people are probably sick with Winter Wonderland because it's like I played it 3 times. One of the original playthrough, one of the revisited playthrough for their update, and then multiplayer for it. I think Christmas is actually pretty good. 1 year we did like I think 2 years we did like child friendly, and then for our 3rd year we did horror type of thing. But I think it wasn't too bad. But I think the bigger event is, of course, Halloween. I think Spooky Month is probably a way better event than Christmas, because there's way more scary games that I can find instead of just regular Christmas games. So I'm gonna put this in, I guess C as well. Saints Row, the 3rd remastered. Now, this hasn't appeared on the channel yet, but it has been, like, shuffled around because of the series so many times, so it is pretty much a series that's waiting to be uploaded. But I think, I will have to say this goes in maybe B? Yeah, we'll put it in B. Because I think it's a very fun game. I'm playing with someone, you'll figure out who. But I think it's a pretty good game. I have fun with it, at least. It is on the mature thing and stuff, so it might be not for everyone, but, you know, it's a goofy GTA, basically. Turbo Dismount. My goodness, I only played like 1 or 2 videos of this game. And as much as Turbo Dismount was a good game back in the day, I think it lost its appeal. Of course, if you compare it to today's games, it's not as engaging, you could say. At least, if I were to go back to it, maybe I'll enjoy it, but I think it's gonna go in D, because it's just, I haven't done the series that much, and also, I don't think it really worked that well. And then, finally, we have the grand one that I've been doing recently, Donkey Kong Bonanza. You know where this is going? This is going straight into S tier. It is an amazing, fun game without using spoilers. This is a huge game. This should have been the launch title to switch to. You know how Mario Kart is in C tier? Yeah, this is S tier. This should have been launch title. It's absolutely amazing. It's fun. It's engaging. The beginning can be a bit slow, but once you get past it, it is awesome. The whole mechanics of the game is just amazing. The bosses is a different story because they're a bit too easy in my opinion. Like I can just shred right through them. But otherwise, I think it's a pretty good game, and I already have done like 15 videos already of this series. So yeah, it's going into S tier. But yeah, this is now officially, actually, the finished tier list of every series I have done. Now again, I'm going to say this again like I did it before. If there is any series that I have missed, please let me know, everybody, and I will make sure to do it and add it to the tier list. But anyway, with all that said, thank you everyone for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, everybody!